scaling up. And so this week, as the media team leads us in different conversations to enlighten us on the role of technology in ministry, and things that one of the things that stands out is the role of media and technology in evangelism. I think it's a wonderful tool. Many times we would have to wait until maybe there's an evangelistic week for us to be able to evangelize. But now we can evangelize every single day. We can pass the good news of Jesus Christ in very effective ways every single day through technology. And we just need to keep learning different ways of doing that. And I trust that this week, one of the things that we're going to be experiencing is exactly that, just knowing more about how to use technology, media as a tool of evangelism. Also very key to ministry efficiency, because sometimes we look for ways in which we can make our ministry more efficient. For instance, the way we communicate. Media is such a wonderful tool of making sure that people get information, so we can use it at our different levels of church administration to enhance communication, even meetings. Sometimes we will be able to shrink our meetings and also shrink our meeting times by use of technologies. But we'll need to learn about how to utilize technology to even hold technical meetings and a lot more. And I think also important in technology is just trying to see it's a very big space when it comes to ministry innovation, that we can be able to, beyond our regular life, we are able to also create community around the world. We are able to make associations, links around the world that would take maybe lots of dollars for us to travel from one place to another. We no longer need to do that. We can be part of the global faith community through technology. So it's just an amazing week to reflect on that. And I want to appreciate all of us because we as a parish, we have also, been very open to moments when we have used technology to do particular programs, like programs that are not available on the ground, but are available virtually. We've been able to embrace that, and we can only grow. And therefore, as we continue with this week, let us support the IT, the media ministry in terms of their programs this week. Let's also receive their ministry this coming Sunday at the same time where we need to use this Sunday to be able to scale up in terms of our equipment. Let us also support this ministry. Media, we can say, is good news to the good news. Let us enjoy this week. Let us expand in this week. Let us learn this week. God bless you.
Production. Today we are talking about the good, the ugly, and the bad about the IT technology in our churches. And I have a guest today who happens to be also our IT patron in Embakasi Parish. And karibu sana, Elder Muchiri.
Thank you very much, Duncan.
And in brief, how are we doing technology-wise in Embakasi Parish?
Yeah, once again, good evening, viewers, and thank you for this opportunity to be able to sit down and be able to share some of the technological things and experiences that we have had. And I think in Embakasi Parish, Duncan, we are doing well. We already picked up. We have 3 congregations, and technically, I think we are all enabled. I know we started during the COVID period, and then we slackened. Then about 2 years ago, we relaunched, and I can almost confirm that we are very much alive at PCEA Mbakasi, PCEA Syokimau, and also at PCEA Utawala Church. And what we are doing is trying to, just like in the other corporate, to be able to enable our church, so at least we can be able to be digital in the things, in the way we do things, and basically to be able to ensure that we benefit from technology. And I think we have done quite a lot when you look at the various pillars that are able to support the digital transformation. I think we are so far doing well, because we are in the process of digitizing some of our actions and activities, and of course, definitely, we are continuing to improve on our technology, including the equipment that we use. And when you look on the other side in terms of the leadership is very much ready and supportive. They are taking the forefront in terms of ensuring that this particular parish becomes purely digital, and takes the lead in some of those particular functions that relate to online or evangelization. And when you look at the culture as well, which is also the other pillar of digital transformation, it is their supporting strategy, because they say strategy takes culture for breakfast.
Yes.
And basically, when you look at what is happening within our churches on a daily basis, it's quite encouraging in that regard. And of course, definitely, the customer experience, who are our congregants, we have that now enabled as well, and we get feedback from it. And when you look into our social media pages, of course, you can see the number of subscribers keeps on growing, and we keeps on seeing new entrants every day in most of our social media pages. So from that point, I would say, Dan, I think we are doing well. We have a long way to be able to go, to be able to say that we have achieved our operational excellence in terms of media, IT, and communication. But I can tell you, yes, we are on our way there. Yes.
Okay, from the COVID time, when most churches were not very physical,
Yes.
and now to relaunching the IT ministry, what made you rethink, for you going back now from the normal church traditions and embarking on the online? What made you rethink, now it's time, now we come back to both the traditional way or for physical congregants, and also trying to catch the online space in terms of ministry?
Of course, during COVID, Daniel, of course, we did not do it out of choice. It was basically, we did it because that is where we were at that particular point in time. And we didn't have an option in terms of whether to go online or to go the conventional way of doing church. So essentially, that particular point in time, we had to look for a solution to ensure that our people remained spiritually uplifted. And since there were many issues coming about in terms of stay away, social distancing and all that, and no getting together in groups or in congregations, so we had to go online. And now after the COVID was over, at some point now, the church members now started streaming in slowly, and we saw now members started coming in. But now the question is, how did we come back now to the online? It is always good to be able to challenge the conventional ways of doing things. And also we realized, at some point, yes, during COVID, there were things that were happening that were very beneficial, and we could be able to take advantage of at that particular point in time. For example, we had a lot of online people, the congregants, not just from our church, even outside. And we realized now when we came back now to church, those people who are used to online, they would always ask, hey, can we have the link? Can you send us a link now to the church service today? And with time also, we realized also there is a need to be able to engage the technical people. We have a lot of technical people in the church, and they were playing a very pivotal role in terms of ensuring that the ministry progresses. And therefore, at some point, we realized that we need to be able to go online, and also we needed also to ensure that we are in tandem with the rest of the, let's say, religious organizations and churches, where they were doing a lot of online evangelism, and therefore we thought even ourselves we can be able to get to that particular point in time. And also as well, you know, when we got the new minister, Reverend Dr. Furi, with us, he's a lot more online, and therefore he actually motivated us to be able to get to the online platform. And therefore, 2 years ago, we decided and deliberately agreed that we are going to go online, and we are going to start small and now continue to build up. And now we are somewhere, because when you look at our online subscribers, they keep growing. And then number two, you're able to see, for example, some of our churches are over 1.5K subscribers. And then we have also people who are outside the country who actually keeps on asking, where is the link, where is the link? So we have to support those kind of people in that regard. Yeah.
From your point, how has been the response from your members now when you relaunched the IT or the media ministry, the streamings, the social churches handles, and also the engagement of people in and out of the country via the online media? How has the response been?
I would say, Dan, I think the response has been good, and you know, like I mentioned, is that you know, you are able to see the people who are watching online. The best way to be able to measure, you know, the engagement is when the services are going on. Just see how many people are watching online. You are able to see it's a great need, because what that tells you is that that person could not manage to come to church. Okay? Yes. For whatever reason, they could not be able to come to church. And that's the benefit, one of the benefits I would say for having online streaming, because, you know, someone could be unwell at home, someone could be at work, maybe they are on duty, or they are even traveling on that particular day, or maybe they are out of the country, like you're saying, and they would want to be able to watch that. So so that response is good, and you're able to see now there's something that is happening to the online ministry on the move. When you don't provide that particular connection, that particular link, when you do not engage that online viewer at that particular point in time, you'll have denied that person an opportunity to attend a service. So the response has been good, and of course the climax of it is if you look at the people who have viewed that particular service, like 1 week later, you know, you see something like over 500 people have viewed the service. Then you're like, oh yes, that was awesome. Yeah.
From now the engagement, from the response now of the members and also the people who are watching, have you been able now to effectively communicated or reached out to the people who maybe would want to watch you or would want to hear maybe the word or the services via your platforms?
I would say we are not yet there. It's just the beginning. Like I said, only 2 years into the online space, and we've had yes, the whatever that growth upcoming or ongoing, and therefore there is a need to be able to create more awareness, to be able to bring more subscribers on board, and to an extent whereby, you can be able to say, if you compare yourself with other online churches, with other churches that have online streaming, then you're able to see where do you gauge yourself. So, and right now, when we look at ourselves where we are in our 3 congregations, and you compare with some of the best, and of course even the viewers know some of the churches that have really very many viewers, then we are still not yet there. But we are working on it, and we are working towards there. When you look, let's say at our 5-year strategy, we are saying yes, we can be able to be there within the next 5 years. Yeah.
From now your explanation, are you assuring the viewers to expect more from the online ministry, as you plan to now expand the ministry to reach more people and get more engagements on the online services?
Yes, precisely so. And when you talk about online ministry, there are various ways of reaching out to the people. And basically, we are looking forward to be able to grow, to be able to attend people to various within their various platforms. And one of the things that's doing very well is the online streaming. The online streaming, you're able to get that maybe through a midweek service, or you're able to get that through the live church services, let's say on Sunday. And maybe if there are other functions in between, definitely people can be able to stream through YouTube and through Facebook. And we have realized also there is some other very upcoming maybe channels, things like TikTok. TikTok right now has got very many people who are there. And the other day I was just looking at the demographics, and you're able to see it is not just about the young people. It is even the elderly people. You find someone is 60 years old, but they are throwing in their birthdays in TikTok. So we are looking to see ourselves there in TikTok. We want to see ourselves, in Facebook channels, in the Instagram itself, So there are various places that we would want to venture, so that people can be able to even, whenever they are also viewing other things, let church content, let the gospel be part and parcel of what they are viewing amidst many other things. And for us, the reels. The reels are a very important component of evangelism within those particular spaces. And we've got messages, very nice messages. A clip of around 2 minutes, and it has communicated volumes within a very short time.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. How are you now able to assure your viewers of the effectiveness or the efficiency that you'll put in, so that they get the content that you're putting out in a more effective way? Because an example, I might not be a TikTok person, but I would want also you maybe to have another channel apart from the normal 2 socials, the Instagram, the Facebook, and the YouTube. Where else can you be able to get maybe content from the church?
Okay, I think those are the simplest to be able to have. And how to ensure that at least we get the people engaged is to actually be able to expand our scope in terms of ensuring that it's not just about Facebook, it's about YouTube, it's not just about Instagram, TikTok, and all that. You can also be able to ensure that you get some of those particular items even spread through the WhatsApp platforms in that regard, because you may realize maybe not everyone who is there, so you can add that as part and parcel of it, so that people can be able to spread it through the WhatsApp platforms. And also the website. We have got a website for the 3 congregations. They can get information also from those particular spaces going forward, and any other because you've got a team of very agile and very competent IT team, and very forward-looking, that can be able to put in place, the technological spaces where people can venture, of course, based on where people frequent most. And the critical thing is to ensure you make it you make it simple, simplicity, and also variety within the areas of access, and also to ensure that we create awareness even beyond those particular platforms, even in the conventional ways. When you're in church, let people know through the screens. You've put up the screens in the church. When something is going on, let's say announcements are going on, put an advert and be able to let people know that they can access information from there. And talking about website also is one of the very most beneficial tools, because you can be able to communicate to the world and even to the members of the congregation the activities that are happening within the church. Okay, you can be able to communicate, let's see, programs for the various groups. The PCMF can put in their content over there. Their calendar of events can actually be put in that particular space. And of course, upcoming events. So even if someone forgets what happened on Sunday, and they are not able maybe to access, let's say, for example, the live stream, instead of scrolling down on a line, you just go online onto that particular web page, into the website, go to your web page, and be able to see what's coming up. So those are some of the things that I think we intend to be able to have. And I know our Syokimau's whatever website, it is up and running. The Syokimau members, you can be able to access it. On this particular Sunday, we'll be launching the one for PCEA Utawala, and Bakasi is there. They're building it up. So definitely, those are some of the spaces that we are going to venture and ensure that at least we bring about creation of the awareness, and also to ensure that our people are technologically savvy, irrespective of what age they are in. Modernization is here with us, and we cannot do without it. And therefore, you find that information is being sent on WhatsApp. If you look at, for example, the local church committee group, it has, the demographically has got from Gen Zs all the way to the baby boomers in that regard. Yeah. And you look at them, all of them, they are in there, and even those who did not want to actually, or are not excited about it, they have no choice but to venture in that particular space and receive the information from there. So I'm happy to say that even within our church, we have seen a lot of embracement of technology across the ages that makes it very easy for us to be able to move forward.
Okay. Yeah. Apart from the online ministry, are there any other advantages or programs that you're running that are able to, technology-wise, are able to assist the church or the ministry as a whole in matters management, in matters planning, or such things?
Yeah, I think earlier on I mentioned to you and I told you that one of the pillars of digital transformation is the aspect of digitization. The issue of having to get to collect the data, to process the data, to actually be able to analyze that data and be able to output something that can be able to be used for decision-making processes. And basically, when I look at that, or within our churches, one of the things that we are trying to do, or we want to be able to do, is to ensure that we digitize our church records. So, in other words, the secretaries of the groups, the LCC secretaries, and also we're talking about the people who collect maybe financial information, the treasurers and all that. We can have that those teams being able to be given access to digital devices where they can store that information, and that way you can be able to access that information, by the click of a button. And that information, you can be able to use this to be able to do decision making. You can be able to drive efficiency within the management of the church. And most important is that, you know, it increases the collaboration within the church leadership, and also be able to process data which our users can consume and be able to help them to be able to see where the church is going in that regard. So when you look at the email listings, when you look at things to do with the databases, you can have that in the church. In fact, the ultimate goal is to be able to have an ERP, an enterprise resource planning, whatever software, that can be able to be used to do church management. And that way, you can be able to have, let's say, the levels above. They can oversight the levels that are below, meaning the parish can be able to oversight what's going on in the parish. And the same thing, at the same time, you can have the presbytery be able to oversight now. The parish is now in that regard, and so on and so forth. So, so those are some of the things that we are looking forward to be able to see. So at least we can be able to ensure that at least the information is well stored, well recorded. And there's a very important part to that process of digitization within our church that can be able to see the church also move to another level. The issue of cloud computing, whereby you have the information now stored in the cloud, they are successful from the cloud. And that not only stores information in the cloud for the purpose of access, it provides a business continuity plan, a BCP, that will be able to ensure that it saves the church from the challenges of data loss. When you store data in your computer, the next moment the hard drive crashes, so it becomes very hard to be able to build that data. And from an IT point of view, and from past experiences, there is no bigger loss to an organization than data loss. You can lose your 350,000 mark, okay, and recover it by going to the shop and buying another one or claiming it from insurance. But when you lose, let's say, 10 GB of data from a crashed hard drive, work worth, let's say, 5 years, recovering from that
it becomes a problem.
Becomes a problem.
Yes.
So cloud computing now is the next thing that we need to ensure our churches have. And that has also been a challenge within our church, whereby when teams are transitioning, and you know very well, today you are the chairman of IT Media and Communication at PCEA Utawala, and vice chairman at the parish level, and we have got a secretary, Ernest Kamau, with information there for both the parish and also the congregation. So if our secretary loses information, continuity becomes a very big challenge, and that has been a challenge within the church, having to look at where we are coming from, where we are. And that's a key metric towards knowing whether we are advancing, we are retarding, or we are stagnant.
Wonderful. What I say is information is where the value is.
Yes.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Do you think, as per even the plans that are put in place about efficiency, effectiveness, and time management of putting in systems, digitizing the programs of the church and everything, don't you think we are over-relying on technology to be able to do reach outs and be able to run church programs all around technology?
Yes and no. Because when you look at the benefits that you draw from technology, they definitely outweigh the disadvantages of the same. Let me give you an example. I think we've looked at quite a number of benefits. There are very many of them. You cannot exhaust it in such a session.
Yes, sir.
But for example, when you look at meetings, why must you always hold a physical meeting? I mean, you can have an online meeting for your group. You can have an online meeting even for an LCC, special LCC meeting. Even the presbytery itself can have an online meeting for a special presbytery meeting. Okay, you know, the meetings that you hold online brings a lot of savings, even directly on you. One, time.
Sure.
You don't have to travel. Yeah, you can do more. You can do more with less at that particular point in time, because at the end of the day, you don't have to print papers. Just do a full presentation, do a whole training, you know, and that is what is happening in terms of even having to enlist very key speakers, you know, proven speakers, people who have prowess in terms of having to have content in terms of material and all that. You know, you can have someone in the US do a presentation to us here at PCEA Utawala, for example. Yeah, they don't have to travel. They just, at the comfort of their office, through teleconferencing, you have that training done. We have training in the corporate done for 3 days, full day, 8 to 5.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can even take it a little bit further than that. Then sometimes we say this, that oh, mchungaji amekaa sana bila kukuja kwa congregation yetu.
Sure, yeah. That is usually a main factor of what now the response comes to now the leadership of mchungaji ajapatikana huko ajakuja for like a month, and you know, people want personal touches with the mchungaji because they have concern and things happen in the middle of time, and they want that reach out to that personal touch. But I think I might say also it can bring people closer together, and we also don't have to waste a lot of time.
And you have a better ways of doing that.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what? You can have big screens, like in a church at the front, whereby you synchronize the services. Then we have mchungaji. Mchungaji ameenda kule Syokimau, so he's preaching from there. You are doing everything, then we agree at exactly 11. It is someone time. So everyone sits within their congregation, within their two congregations, and they listen to Reverend Dr. Furi preaching from there, from Syokimau, on a big screen. So you don't have to say, oh, mchungaji anakuanga sana kule Embakasi, anakuanga Syokimau, ama anakuanga Utawala. They can see, you know, the Reverend every Sunday.
Okay.
Purely like every Sunday. So that's online. The things to do online.
Okay. What are now the concerns about online, especially with this digital age we are living in, and a lot of enhancements on technology, advancements, animations, AI, and everything. How are you able to cover up about the security of your data, security of your everything that you're doing in terms of technology from now a parish level downstream?
Now, I think earlier on I said yes and no to the question that you asked about the challenges that maybe would come in IT. The benefits outweigh, I say that, but I think also in terms of the challenges that are there, and that's one of them. Because today we are fighting a very big animal called cybercrime. In the corporate, I think there's a heavy investment towards that, because you have people and you have corporates who are very vulnerable, and some organizations are more vulnerable than others, whereby we have cyber crimes in terms of denial of service. There's denial of access to data, data stealing itself, in that regard, data destruction in itself. You find that there are massive losses that are arising from some of those particular cyber attacks. And I think as a church, definitely we are also prone to that part, because we have data that we collect. There's data that we keep. We have websites that we have and we will be running. And therefore, it's critical that definitely we look at that as one of the ugly things that are happening in the world, and that we need to be able to protect ourselves from that. And in that regard, the issue of investing in cybersecurity is key. Things like double factor authentication, things to do with the passwords, things like protecting our website, enhancing our firewalls. Those are some of the things, amongst many things, that we can be able to do to ensure that we protect ourselves from the same. So yeah, and also in line with that, also data protection, because we are also collecting information from our users, from our congregant, their names, their phone numbers, and all that. So, and the Data Protection Act is very clear that we need to put, some initiatives in place to be able to do that particular data protection. As we work it out, as we're working out, we are doing some of those things, so that at some point we can actually be able to say now we are compliant to the Data Protection Act.
Okay. And how are you able to ensure your teams abide to especially concerns with data protection, cybersecurity, and also quality of service provision in the streams that you provide?
Yeah, I think that one is on two fronts. From a technical point of view, we have that, and we basically train our teams. Like now in Abakas, we have 2 trainings that happen to the tech teams in a year, and brings about, we first envisage the challenges, and then from there we are able to ensure that at least we do, they are well enlightened on the things that they need to do. And then number 2, from our users, on programs like this one, we can be able to tell them exactly what they need to do.
Okay, and okay, now from the members' perspective,
Yes.
how are you able to make sure the criticism that comes with technology advancements, or the streams and the information that is being passed, how are you as a parish now be able to come together and make sure the criticism that is coming, you are able to handle it so that it cannot also not reach the provisions or the people who are giving out the service,
Or put us in disrepute.
Yes.
So I think the moment, one of the things that you need to know, the moment you put content online, the moment you present yourself on online platform, you are increasing your vulnerability. And therefore, in terms of ensuring that you don't put yourself into some disrepute, there are things that we must put in place, and we continue to put in place. And one of them is ensuring that when we program our services, they are well prepared. The people who are running those programs are well aligned and informed in terms of what the do's and the don'ts of the same. And also ensuring that, the pulpit belongs to the minister, right? So our minister does the vetting of everyone who stands on the pulpit to be able to stand and be able to share the word of God, to share a teaching and all that. The reason being that, they must be of a sound doctrine in that regard, okay? So that way you ensure that you do not elicit some reactions from the public from actions that are so obvious that you are putting through some things that are not doctrinal, that are not in line with the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ. That everything that is put there can be backed up with some scriptures from the Bible in a sense. And also, there's something we call positive criticism. We look at that, and then from there we make use of that one for the purpose of improving ourselves. We call them opportunities to be able to improve going forward. You cannot be perfect. You'll have challenges, and we accept. So where we have got those challenges, we have trained our tech team to be able to keep on looking at that and be able to correct within the next maybe a broadcast or posting or content sharing. Yeah, so those are some of the things that are there. Of course, there are things that, of course, definitely you stand with, whether people think they are wrong or not, and as long as it is backed up by a scripture, then you are able to explain to them, or even pull those people aside, because you're able to see them online, and then you're able to let them know why you did what you did.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you're turning some of the negative criticism to be able to also as a data collection point to be able to enhance your services.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from where I sit and from how I know technology and advancements are today, are they quite expensive in terms of running cost of a church or a parish from a parish level?
I think on the downside, it's and it's something you have to deal with. You call it bad, but I don't think it's bad per se. It is just something that you have to prepare for. For you to be able to do online evangelism, it can be as simple as you are, meaning that do not bite more than you can chew. You and I know that just from the phone, you can just stream directly from a phone and throw the content outside there. But now, when it comes to, let's say, getting to higher levels, that can be expensive because you need to have state-of-the-art sound equipment, okay? You have to have the state-of-the-art IT devices, video processing. Some of those particular computers are not cheap. You need to have to invest in HD cameras, high-definition cameras, and also you need to ensure that you invest in training people. And sometimes it's not very easy because technology is very dynamic and very agile. Today you may have a very good equipment. 5 years down the line, it is obsolete in that regard.
Yes.
So those are some of the challenges that you experience once you get on board, because at the end of the day, you have to ensure that you are current in terms of technological advances, your advancements. You are relevant as well, and also you are consistent, because the moment you decide you are going, then you have to keep up with that particular technology, and the budget, the more you continue advancing, the more budgets continue going up. But of course, as a church, you must look at the return on that particular investment. And for me, it is not like a profit-making organization. It is where you look at the return on investment from the Great Commission point of view. How many people came to Christ, or how many spirits? How many people are fed spiritually? I have seen in church someone just come and say, "I saw your program online, and I decided to look for your church where you are." So if that person did not didn't see the program, they would not have come. So, and for us, we see just one spirit coming to the Lord, it is worth the effort. So the technology advancements,
definitely
it is one of the challenges and the upkeep of the same, but it is not insurmountable.
Sure. You just start as you put in the effort as
Yes.
the community grows.
Yes.
And also as the engagements grow, and also the services enhancements
Yes.
go up.
Yes.
As we wind up, in summary, what can you tell us about the plans or the I don't know how to put it, but the plans you have now for the future of the technology space or in Embakasi Parish?
I think critically, I think the plan that is there is to ensure that we put in a system that is scalable. A system that is scalable means that you can keep on growing it, that you never get comfortable with where you are. You move it to the next level as long as it brings value. So the conversations we need to have as a church is to look at technology. That is where we are going, and that is the way to go. When you look at our Gen Zs, you know, that is where they are taking us into. And we would want to see a scenario whereby, for example, in year 2050, will this church still be there? Will it still be relevant? Even with the challenges of the ones that we've talked about right now, the challenges that are there, including other challenges of, let's say, people have been used so much some of them have become addicted to the whatever, to the technology.
Yes.
To the extent whereby, for example, when you come to church, when someone gets bored, did you know what they do? They jump into social media. They're on Instagram, they're on TikTok, and things like that. One of the things we need to do is to be able to, to surmount those challenges. Educate people more on the issue of the technology and the church and the spiritual growth and things like that, so that at least we ensure that some of the challenges that we are about to see, we are going to face, we surmount them. So that at the end goal of it is to ensure that people are able to associate themselves with the technology in the church, okay, and be able to be consumers, not just to know it's there, but to be consumers. So our main aim is, first and foremost, like I said, one is to ensure that we have a system that is scalable, that can reach out not just to the members of the church here in Kenya, but even beyond, and a system that is scalable. And then number two is to ensure that we communicate effectively to the people, both here and even abroad, on what our intention is. It is to know Christ and to make him known even in those particular areas. And finally, is to ensure that we consume the services and make use of technology to drive efficiency, okay, to ensure that we are maximizing on the resources that we have, so that we can be able to move to the next level and actually be able to bring about operational excellence within the church, because the church is also a corporate, and bring about things that are measurable and things that you can say, this is what IT, media, and communication has actually delivered. So if we achieve that, I would be more than glad.
Thank you so much for being here and also for educating us on matters technology. And we also want to thank our Reverend for being a key pillar on enhancements of technology in the entire parish, and also being able to guide us, and also to give us the space for growth, and also for the new norms of reaching to the other people on the other side that cannot be able to come to church. This time, as we wind up, we wind up the program today. We want to also bring about the people who are outside the space, and also the people who watch us to be able to continue being part of the program. The program is running the entire week, and tomorrow we'll have another program, the same time at around 6. It will be live, and we'll be talking about technology enhancements. And God bless you for viewing, and keep in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and God bless you.